All right, instead of paying $1,400 for a brand new Peloton bike, what if I told you you could pay just $399 for a really solid bike that you can take Peloton classes on? Sort of, with a few limitations. Colin Jenkins with Connect the Watts. The Renpho AI Smart Exercise Bike is a bike that I've had my eye on for quite a while now, and the reason I've had my eye on it is a combination of a few things. For one, it's a bike that has auto resistance capabilities that's built around FTP or power zone training, which is by far what I like to do on the bike the most. And two, it's always been around 1/3 of the cost of a Peloton bike, which I think was around $600 when it was first released, but I have been watching the price drop lower and lower until it is where it is today at an insanely low $399. And three is because of the customer reviews and the people that I know who've ridden this bike. They all say the same thing, and that is that this bike is really good value for the cost. So I finally got one and tested it out myself, and yeah, it's pretty good. The Renpho is a bit smaller and lighter than the Peloton bike, being around 80 pounds, which makes it a bit easier to move around, which is a good thing because one of the things I like to do the most with bikes like these with no screen is roll them right in front of the TV where I can stream a Peloton or other classes from other programs. The problem that sometimes comes from being a little bit lighter is that the bike might be less stable. And while the Renpho does move a little bit more than some of the heavier bikes, this movement was pretty minimal. And besides streaming classes through your TV, Renpho has a tablet and smartphone holder in the front, which you can use as well. And everything is controlled by a thermostat looking dial in the front. Here you can select the resistance level, see your cadence, and even your power output, which is really important for power zone or FTP training. Now, if you don't know what power zone training is, it's a training method that allows you to use personalized data to create custom workouts that help improve your fitness better than most other methods. It's similar to heart rate training in a way, but in my opinion at least, it's just as effective and definitely a lot more fun. In fact, the vast majority of workouts that I do on my own Peloton bike are power zone classes. And since the Renpho is designed for power zone training, it allows you to monitor your power output, which is absolutely necessary if you want to take power zone classes, both on Peloton or other programs, including the free app that comes with the Renpho. And monitoring your power output isn't something that every single bike has. In fact, if you'd watched my previous review of the Mix 2 bike, you'd know that that bike isn't able to do this. And here, Renpho can actually connect via Bluetooth to your phone or tablet via their free app and some others like Zwift. And not only will it record your stats and power output in these apps, it also has auto-adjusting resistance, which for a bike that's this cheap is almost unheard of. I mean, auto-adjusting resistance is one of the big selling points of the Peloton Bike Plus over the original Peloton, and Renpho has included that here on a bike that costs less than 1/6 of the Peloton Plus price. Now, in terms of bike design, it's pretty simple and straightforward. It has a decent three-way adjustment system. It comes with slide-in pedals, which is fine for somebody brand new to cycling, but over time, you'll probably want to replace these with clip pedals if you're looking for a better experience. Now, the biggest issue with the Renpho bike comes with the smoothness of the cycling. At lower resistances, the Renpho feels just fine. But as you add more and more resistance, you will see that it becomes more and more difficult to have a smooth pedal stroke. Now, it's still usable at the higher resistances, but it's definitely where you'll feel the price difference the most. The other issue, which you might find big or small, depending on how you like to ride the bike, is that it really is not capable of allowing for riding out of the saddle. As you can see here, it just gets crazy wonky and it makes it really impossible to do. So if you like riding occasionally with your butt off the seat, this could end up being a pretty big negative. Now, I'm not saying here that the Renpho is as good as a Peloton bike, but what I do find is that many of us will look for any excuse not to start a fitness program. And I know there are people out there who are delaying starting their fitness program because they can't afford a Peloton bike. But it's a false belief because with options like the Renpho, you can have a lot of the Peloton experience at just 1/3 of the price. And getting started with something like the Renpho now is a great decision if it means you can get started sooner rather than later. Taking the first step towards a new fitness routine is one hurdle a lot of people just get stuck on. And I am all for anything that helps people get the ball rolling. So overall, I think the Renpho is a great starter bike. It's an extremely well-priced alternative for somebody who wants to get started with an at-home program like Peloton, but cannot yet justify or afford the cost. If you would like more information or want to know where you could purchase the Renpho, I have a link in the description below. And if you're interested in learning more about power zone training, make sure to watch this video here, as I really think it's one of the best ways to ride the bike. Go check it out, and I'll see you there.